Are you looking for a small, compact washer to fit your washing needs that is cost efficient? If you answered yes, then check out my review of the Costway / Giantex fully automatic washing machine, model number EP24640US. Coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. So today's episode of Mumbles, we're reviewing this. This, my friends, is the Giantex Costway fully automatic washing machine, 2-in-1 portable laundry washer, 8.8 pound washing and dryer combo. This was provided to me from Giantex / Costway, so thank you guys so much in advance for providing me this product to review. Also, there is a link in the description should you decide to buy this thing. It will take you to Amazon where you can purchase one of these washing machines. Now we're going to get into some of the features of this product. But first things first, I do have to ask, if you guys have not already, please do subscribe to the channel, ring the little notification bell, and drop a like on the video. Helps the channel to grow, and just know how much I appreciate it. Now guys, let's get into some of the basic features about this product. First thing first, guys, we're going to talk about some of the size and dimensions of this thing. This Giantex washing machine has an 8.8 pound washing capacity. That means the drum, how much clothes you can put into it. So you can put in approximately 8.8 pounds, obviously give or take a little depending on what you're putting in there, but that is what the capacity is of the drum of this thing. As far as the size of the washing machine itself, this thing has a size and weight of 43.5 pounds and a size of 18 length by 18.5 width by 31 height. Hookup wise, guys, this thing is made to connect to most standard faucets out there. Now, for us personally, we did have to buy a cheap $5 adapter at Home Depot that would allow us to attach to this 3/4 inch water pipe. So guys, as far as hookup wise, this water pipe then goes to the back of the washer and to the faucet itself. You also do have a drain hose that is used to pump the water out of the washer when it's running. We put this actually down in the drain of our sink. You don't have to do that. You can just leave it sit in the sink as long as it, doesn't fly out or anything and cause you a mess. You just have to be aware of that. Soap wise, this thing is supposed to use low sudsing detergent powder. It can also use bleach. Now there's a process to putting in soap in this thing. It's a very simple process. Basically, you draw water in your washing machine, you put your detergent in, and you let it mix in, and then you put your clothes in. Same thing with bleach, really. They say to do it in a container separate. So you put it in your container, you dilute it, then you pour it in, then you put your clothes in. You don't want to pour the detergent or the bleach in on top of your clothes. You want to do that first. And the other thing I want to mention is this thing does have adjustable feet. So, if you're having issues with it not being level or anything, you can adjust those. And it also does have a very nice child lock. If you have children in your household, you won't have to worry about it. As soon as you open up that lid, everything stops and it beeps and it tells you, hey, this thing's open. So guys, that's all the basic information about this washing machine. Now we're going to come to the actual settings of this washing machine and what it can have. Obviously, there is a couple different buttons on this thing. There is a program button and there's a water level button. The program button is a little bit more complex. This is where you're going to set each type of load that you want to do in your washing machine. So there's 10 different modes. I'm going to read them off to you guys so you can get a little bit of understanding. I did get some video footage, or tried to, but obviously I didn't want to open up the thing, so it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see that it does run. And I did a lot of befores and afters using these various modes that I'm going to show you in this section. So let's start with the modes themselves. The modes that this thing have is normal, standard, strong, fast, soak and wash, wash, wash and rinse and spin, spin, and air dry. Now I am going to dive slightly into a couple of these modes because it's very important that you understand. Starting with the fast mode, this is basically a faster wash mode, so it's got less time. It's for lightly soiled things. You have your soak and wash, which basically is if you have something that's stained, it's going to sit in there and get, all that detergent and everything worked into it so it can hopefully work out that stain. And then the other mode that I want to make, the other two modes that I want to make special note of is the spin and the air dry modes. Now, this thing is called a 2-in-1, and it is also called a washer and dryer combo. but this thing does not contain any heat devices to actually dry your clothes. Everything that it does to dry it is done by spinning motion and air. So the last two modes that I'm talking about, spin and air dry, are basically your dryer modes. Now, as far as how well they work, I think they work pretty good. Obviously, having a dryer is going to get them a little bit drier, but I use these two modes multiple times to dry things, and I found that the clothes actually did come out rather dry. Now guys, again, here's some footage and some pictures of before and afters using these various modes. Now, the final button that I want to talk about is the water level button. Now, this is a very simple button. You basically, depending on how many clothes and how much stuff is in your washer, you're going to want to adjust the water level. Obviously, if you have it filled to the top, you're going to want 5 liters. But it's kind of a guessing game as far as how much water you put in. For most of the loads that I've done, and I've done quite a few on this thing, you're going to want to use 5 liters because, you know, that's the max and you probably got your washer pretty full. However, if you're just putting in a shirt or 2 or 3 or 4 here and there, you may want to adjust it. There is 5 levels, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very simple, very simplistic. And that's all there is to that. When you are using this washer, you are going to see a couple different things on the screen. You're going to see an indicator showing you what mode you're actually running. There is a soak mode, a wash mode, a rinse mode, and a spin mode. And it's going to actually display that as it is doing things so you understand what the washer itself is doing. The final thing I want to talk about is that this thing does have a delay function mode. What do I mean by that? Basically, let's say you're a person who wants to do your wash in an hour or 2 hours. You can actually set your washer to do that. So it does have that feature built into this washer. So that's all the features of this thing. I do want to quickly walk you guys through how the basic function of this thing works. Basically, when you go to use this thing, you're going to hit the power button. You're going to choose a preset mode. So whether it be normal, quick, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, you're going to choose one of those modes. Then you're going to choose a water level. Once you choose that water level, you're going to hit start and your washer will start. Now, you need to make sure, because this thing is connected to a faucet, that you have the water turned on. Whether you want hot or cold water, you can decide that if your faucet has both of those built into it. I used hot on some things, but they do caution that you do want to make sure that your water does not get hotter than 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So do be aware of that you may want to test your water to make sure that it won't melt the actual plastic part that this thing goes to. But you can very much use hot water in this thing should you so desire. Guys, that pretty much covers all the features. I am going to talk about the cons now. And the first and only con that I have for this thing is that, again, with the drying, it is just air drying and using the spin function, and it doesn't get things fully 100% dry. Now, with that being said, it does a good job on drying things. I was actually surprised with how well this thing did on drying things without having, you know, a heater built into it to actually heat up the clothes. But I have to say the spin function actually works very well in getting water out and actually drying things off. Now again, they won't be fully dry, which is why I am listing this as a con, but it is a small con and I will not be deducting the score on this washer. So guys, now let's talk about is what I'm going to give this thing on today's Mumbles video. Guys, the Giantex / Costway washer is a great little washer, nice small compact washer that I would recommend to literally anyone. It gets a 5 out of 5 for me on today's Mumbles review. Now this is coming from someone who has reviewed an Electrolux like top of the line washer on their channel. And when I say that this thing does good in cleaning clothes, I actually mean that. Obviously, it doesn't have the bells and whistles of some of the top of the line washers out there. Obviously, it's smaller, but it does a great job of cleaning whatever you throw at it, and it's a nice little washer. Guys, I was very impressed with the power that this thing has, how clean it got the clothes, how small and compact it is, and how easy it is to use. I would have no problem recommending this to anyone who is in need of a small, compact, cost-effective washer. Especially anyone who's in an apartment or maybe an older person who needs something small. Whatever the case may be, if you're in need of a small, compact washer, I definitely recommend that you check this thing out. It works great. Everything about it's good. It's got nice power to it. And I can only say good things about this washer. 5 out of 5 on today's Mumbles review. Anyways, guys, this has been my review of the Giantex / Costway fully automatic washer. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, and smash all those buttons. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone. Take care.